Hello everybody, Z3KO Trinity here with another book review. A Goosebumps book review on the Scarecrow that walked at midnight. The Scarecrow that crawled at 11 o'clock. The Scarecrow that took off jogging at 1 o'clock. This was by far one of the best Goosebumps books I've ever read. I absolutely loved this book. When I was a kid and I first watched this episode, it terrified me. That was like one of the very few episodes of Goosebumps that really scared me when I was a kid. And still to this day, I have a fear of scarecrows in like any horror movies or just a scarecrow in general. They're creepy as hell. Just in the show, they did it so perfectly, where the scarecrows like look up at them when they're looking out from the window, when it showed them coming off of their pedestals. I mean, it was a really well done episode of Goosebumps. Very well done. And this was an excellent book. If I had to give this book a rating, I'll rate it after I tell you what it's about. Basically, it's about these two kids, Jody and her brother Mark. They are visiting their grandparents. They're city kids, and their grandparents live on a big farm, so they don't really spend too much time with them. It's been quite a long time since they've seen them, so they're going to visit, and they get picked up by their grandparents' helper, Stanley, which is a weird-ass dude. Like, he cracks up over the stupidest shit, makes all kinds of random-ass weird ass jokes. I wouldn't have trusted my kids with him, just saying, but yeah, he's just a weird ass dude. But they come to their house and they have all these good memories, like, ooh, Grandpa tells the best scur stories, and Grandma makes the greatest chocolate chip pancakes. Oh my god, ooba gooba. And when they get there, everything is different. Their grandparents act older. The grandma fixes cornflakes instead of the pancakes. And it's so funny, their reaction when they see the cornflakes. They're like, the fuck burgers is this? Like, for real. Like, it was kind of funny. But it was just so different. And they were like, well, okay, they're just getting older, whatevs. Whatever, everything's good. But, yeah. And also Stanley, he, like, kind of leans into Jody, and he's kind of like, oh, hey, by the way, Scarecrow's walk at midnight. And, like, she's like, what? Well, what? He's like, Scarecrow's walk at midnight. They walk at midnight. And she's like, whatever, Stanley. Whatever. So, yeah. I'm not going to spoil too much for you guys. If you have not read the book nor seen the episode, I highly recommend you to do both, because both of them are excellent. And I know what you're asking. Is there any differences? Yes. There is only one major difference that I have noticed. If I've missed them, it's because I have not seen the episode in quite some time. Last time I watched Goosebumps was probably like last year at Halloween. So yeah, I'm a little rusty on that. But to my knowledge, there was only one difference, and that's the very ending of the book. Scratch that, there's two differences. Yes, the very ending of the book, how it all ends, is different. And the way they solve the problem, I should say, without spoiling nothing for you guys, is different. Do I like the book versus the episode? I like them both. Honest to God, I love them both. But this book, I thought, was personally better, just by the way of how they handled it. But the events leading up and the way that they act, I like the episode better, because based off of what you're reading, and plus this lame-ass picture of that scarecrow, like, that doesn't look scary to me at all. But the episode Like, that looked terrifying. Those scarecrows were off the charts. Scary. Some scary shit. But if I had to give this book a 5-star rating, I would honest to God rate it a 6. That's right. Beyond my 5-star rating. It was that good. I personally loved it. It's probably going to be going to my top 10. So I'm not going to 100% sure because I got so many more books to read. But right now, I can guarantee you this is going to be a top 10. So if you have not read this book, please, for the love of God, read this book. If you have not seen the episode, watch the episode. And the reason why I have this big giant ass paper in here is because I didn't want to forget the grandparents' names, which was Grandpa Kurt, as in Kurt Angle, and Grandma Miriam, as in Miriam from Courage the Cowardly Dog. But I love their grandparents in here. As I'm reading them, I'm picturing them in my mind, and it's just, they seem like such sweet grandparents to have. And they remind me of my grandparents. Well, grandparents, my grandma. But yeah. But I loved the characters. I thought the characters were a lot better, more relatable in this story than previous Goosebump books. I felt that the atmosphere was kind of cool because it's like on a secluded barn. Like, they don't really have neighbors. So when they're all up in the fields going, hey, scarecrows are scaring me. You know, they don't have the neighbors always like, what's wrong with them? So I kind of like the atmosphere and the location. The art, take a look at this artwork. We got a beautiful moon in the background of this purple dark sky with stars. We got that old corn. I see my name in there. It's probably the artist T. Jacobus in 1993. Yeah, Scarecrow here. He's got some green, some purple hat, no hands, even though the book clearly states that they have straw hands, but I guess the artist is like, nah, mean, you get what you get, son. So the artwork is not the greatest fit for the book, but I still personally love this book. And finally, let's see what the back of the book says. Actually, the front says, it's a field of screams. How clever. How very clever. They're alive. Jody loves visiting her grandparents' farm. She absolutely loves them pancakes. Okay, so it's not the most exciting place in the world. It's not Disney World. But still, Grandpa tells great scary stories that make you want shit Jim britches. And Grandma's chocolate chip pancakes are the bomb diggity fresh. But this summer, the farm has really changed. It's cornflakes now. That's not what it says. Oh my god, wait, that's cornfields, my bad. It's really changed. The cornfields, I thought it said the cornflakes, are sparse. Yeah, that makes sense. Cornfields are sparse. Grandma and Grandpa seem worn out. Maybe it's age. And the single scarecrow, even though there's like 12 scarecrows, have been replaced by 12 evil-looking... Wait, what? What the fuck? And the single scarecrow has been replaced by 12 evil-looking ones. So they had a scarecrow originally. I must have misread that. But, I was probably, like, reading fast and kind of didn't catch that part. But anyway. And the single scarecrow has been replaced by 12 evil-looking ones. Then, one night, Jody sees something really odd. The scarecrows seem to be moving. Twitching on their stakes. Twerking on them stakes. Coming alive. Scarecrow walks at midnight. Reader beware, you're in for a big old scur. But yes, this is one of my favorite books of all times. This is going to be a spoiler because I do want to give my opinion of the ending. So if you want to stop the video here, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. But my personal opinion of the ending, I was really freaked out when that bear just started coming down. And I like the big old emphasis that they were alone when this shit happened. Like, he's like, and I sat alone on the couch and in the living room hearing Stanley gently murmuring from the kitchen, thinking about the night before. It felt good to have a quiet afternoon, to be all alone to think about what had happened. All alone. All alone. The only one in the room, all alone. The only one to hear Stanley's low murmuring as he read the book, all alone. The only one to see the gigantic stuffed brown bear blink its eyes, all alone. The only one to see the bear lick its lips, step off its platform, snarl and paw the air with its enormous claws, all alone. The only one to hear its stomach growl as it stared down at me, all alone. The only one to see the hungry look on its face as it magically came out of its long hibernation. Stanley, I called in a tiny high voice. Stanley, what chapter have you been reading? It's kind of a creepy ending. I will give it this. It was really cool. And burning the scarecrows, that was another major difference that the episode had. Like in the episode, this big plow thing bursted at the scene. It was just like just mowed over him. But I kind of like setting them on fire. It kind of makes sense, you know. But yeah, that was my book review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did not enjoy this book review, then you can go. Check this shit out, guys. I got Creepshow. It is the one thing of Stephen King's that I did not have. And it might not be first edition. It might not be the actual comic strip. Daddy don't care. I have the Creepshow comic. Graphic novel, whatever you want to call it. I finally have it, and I can add this to my collection. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And I guess... see you in the next video.